a big fancy mansion, a fancy dinner party, murder, trying to figure out who did it. These are cliches and its own genre, but they're cliches in a genre I never get sick of. And yet I had never seen Clue before. And boy, am I happy I did. Funny thing is, I knew of the board game that the movie's based on, and I read the book series Clue Jr., which had little mysteries for you to figure out. Answers were written upside down so you couldn't just look over at the next page. I was terrible at figuring them out, but I always enjoyed the process. Anyways, this is gonna be a short review considering it's really something you gotta experience for yourself, and the less you know going into this film, the better. Especially given the nature of the ending, and all the clues, and all the twists and turns this movie takes. Not to mention, it's really, really funny. I guess the basic plot is a bunch of people under aliases are invited to a dinner party at this fancy mansion in New England, and where they reveal they're all blackmailed. The blackmailer dies. Everybody has a motive, so figure out who the killer is. It's got all the cliches of the genre, and I love it. And you got the sexy French maid, and you got the uptight people, and you got the people protesting their innocence, and you got secret passageways. I swear, I feel like a bunch of 90s sitcoms parodied this movie specifically and not the genre. Saved by the Bell, I know, did a version of this. Lizzie McGuire, I know, did a version of this. I know there is a sillier version of this, and Clue has a lot of wit and charm to it. Like I said, I cannot get enough of this. I enjoy it. Tim Curry's in this, and he's amazing. Madeline Kahn's in this. The score by John Morris, I'd actually heard quite a bit before, and didn't realize it was from this movie. I love John Morris's work. I really like the look of this film. I love the look of this mansion, which I know is a set, but still, it's got all... It's this beautiful looking place. It's so characteristic. It's got so much personality, so much charm. This world is a character in itself. I love all the characters. Well, they're all lovably despicable. They're all guilty in their own way. You know, they all have skeletons in their closet. Again, I don't want to give anything away accidentally, so it's general. I don't really have a favorite character. Do love Tim Curry as always. Martin Mull, whose work I really like, he's in this. I recognized a lot of the characters' names, but funny thing is, because I knew the Clue Jr. artwork so well, I kept mixing up who the characters were, even though they're pretty easy to tell apart. They all have their moments where they're really funny, really despicable, really outlandish. It is kind of a silly movie because the dinner party murder mystery is such a cliche, but they really do take it and have fun with it. There are some really great one-liners in there. They're excellent performances. I mean, especially given the nature of the ending, which I'm not spoiling, it must have been so difficult to pull this off. And man, they really got good talent for all of these roles. I feel like this could also equally have been a play as well. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. I've seen a lot of improv groups do something similar. I've seen sketch comedy groups do a similar concept. But the fact that that the characters have to be plausibly innocent and guilty at the same time and have both be believable at the same time is really not an easy thing to do. And all these actors pull it off so well. You get the sense that there is something off from the get-go, and it almost plays it like a cheesy horror movie, especially in the opening. But then, again, it takes all these unique twists and turns. I know it became a cult classic. I'm actually surprised it isn't more in pop culture than it already is. I feel like Clue has its own niche following. Either way, though, I know I'm just gushing over this. I'm not really telling you much about it. Part of it's I'm still processing it. I actually just watched it. Go watch Clue. If you're interested in a good, fun mystery that also has some really good wit, good performances, good lines, an excellent score, this is a good one to check out.